Welcome to Martini Time. So it's Tuesday, and we're live. And I'll take my little Holy Grail, and I just and see where my monkey mind goes. Notice that I have two monkeys on here. They're balanced, and the title of tonight's talk is. Well, I posted this on my website. The dishwasher is unplugged, and so am I. So, I think there's a sense of change going in my talks. I want to ground it more in my everyday experience, and which I've been doing in Martini Time, and. But not as much so in the morning of my Zen live talks. But anyway, grounding it in my everyday experience is not just really, this is, how can I say, I was talking about it this morning, but the outside, take this martini glass. There's an inside and there's an outside. And with us, there's an outside world, just the things going on, and there's your inside world. And we live in a civilization where the outside and the inside are not in sync. They're rubbing or separated or lost from each other, which is the feeling we have when the inside, which is you're the inside of the world, and then the world is the outside. And that outside world can include your own experience, your own thoughts. So we even feel separated from our own thoughts. Like, why am I thinking that? Or I shouldn't think that. Or, oh, this feeling, I don't want that feeling, but why am I so angry? I don't want to be angry. You know, that's not liking the outside of our cup. So the inside, we can't drink from it because the outside and the inside, if they're not together, they won't hold anything, you see? Now, when we look at particularly like we watch British mysteries, been watching Wallander, and when you watch mysteries, everything that is seen by the camera, everything the camera shows you, is reflecting the inside and the outside. In other words, in the movie, in the show, whatever kind of movies, plays, whatever, the inside and the outside are in sync. So if the camera shows you something in the room, maybe the camera is going around and it focuses on this little Buddha. This little Buddha, right? And so later on, it's interconnected with something that happens. So in the art, everything that happens in the outside of the cup is interconnected with the inside of the cup. They reflect each other. And it's kind of like when we're watching it, we kind of like connect the dots, or we don't connect the dots, but the whole show has a whole, we sense the wholeness of the production, that whatever the camera shows you is not just, the make-believe is that the camera is not part of the show. And like you're in the room and your eyes are wandering around, and you may look at that, but you may look at that, but it has absolutely no connection to the show, you see. But that's not the case, because the camera is the show. The camera is the art, you see. So the viewer, us watching the show, is seeing a holy cup. A Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is where the inside and the outside are reflecting each other. They're one, yet there are two. You see what I'm trying to play with here? Is that in our everyday experience, in our life, we experience the world as being separate from me. Me as subject, and the world is out there. And we have, every now and then, we get green lights, and we say, oh, thank you, Jesus. Or there's synchronicity. I'm thinking about somebody and they come to the door. Oh my God, we tell everybody about that. That's like a magic, a miracle. But we cannot understand how it happened because it doesn't fit our map, you see. So our reality map of a cold external world that has no connection to you is the map we live in. And so we're always trying to get timing. We're always trying to make the outside and the inside come together. But we can't do it because it's like, I can't make timing happen. And when once in a while we get timing, bam, everything works. The business goes crazy. My little video went viral. That's called timing. Or when you just pick up the ball and throw it and you make a 3-and-1, you say, whoa, let me try to do that again, and you never can do it again. So this idea of timing is the Holy Grail we're chasing, you see. Because if you don't have timing, you can't do anything. And we always feel like our romances, our great loves, are timing. Well, it wasn't. We were meant for each other. We just met on this ferry. And bam, we just knew. So that the meeting of lovers is always the meeting of the outside and the inside world. Each feels that the other is the world, you see, and they met and became one in that love, you see. So this and creativity. When you produce a poem or an art or something, and stuff just comes together, and wow, boom, 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 and wow, and that's timing. But what timing happens when the external world, the external material world, and our internal world of intention and desire and values, you see, subjective world of values, meaning, this place where I experience life, the center of the universe, where each of us is the center of the world, you see. And then there's the external flat map of objects bumping around like bumper cars, boom, 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 you see. And when these two come together, like this, boom, you see, there is synchronicity. So, what I'm talking about here is, with my life, is to allow this, to share this with you. Like today, the big event in my life today was the dishwasher got unplugged. Yesterday it plugged up. But yesterday I was plugged up. In other words, I talked about that this morning. Yesterday I was out of sync. Yesterday I was plugged. Yesterday I didn't even want to do my talks. What's the point? What's the point, you see? I'd lost something. I'd lost the energy. I'd lost the direction. I said something is, so I was going in a circle. I was plugged up. Couldn't get rid of, the water wasn't flowing, you see. And at the same time, this was happening internally, externally, the dishwasher plugged up. Now, of course, I know and you know it's coincidence, but at the same time, is it, you see? I experience all the time the connection of my inner and outer world. As I become more whole, more one with the world, fulfilling Krishnamurti's great mantra or axiom, you are the world and the world is you, that always rings in my head. You are the world and the world is you. What does that mean? You're the outside and the inside is you. You're the inside and the outside is out there, objective world. Is it not you? Are you not? Is there not the inside and the outside? The same cup, you see? But our culture says, no, no, no. You're the inside and your little inside world is not able to control the outside world. Well, we know that. You can't control the outside world. So how do you make your cup whole? How do you discover the Holy Grail, right? Through surrender. Through letting go of your effort to make the outside fit your inside. The more we struggle to make our worlds one, to make the outside and the inside one cup, the farther and farther the inside and the outside get. You see what I'm talking about here? You see? The struggle to get timing creates bad timing. It's like trying to balance. When you struggle to balance, you're off balance. When you surrender to balance, it's like riding a bike. So when you watch a little kid ride a bike, or we remember, most of us don't remember when we learned to ride a bike, but you can watch a little kid, and they struggle and they struggle and they fall, put on trailing wheels, and finally they catch it and they take off, and they're so happy. They're just so happy. They discovered balance. Now, is not that balance already in there and they surrendered to it? You learn to surrender to balance. Riding a surfboard, anything. There's a surrender to it because the balance is already there. But if you try, you wipe out. And this is Zen. This is martial arts. All of this is the element of surrender, you see. So to make your two cups come together, your outside and your inside, it's not effort, but surrender. And so in a way, my Facebook Live talks here are a surrender for me. I practice surrender. I practice letting go. It's the pirate's plank. I walk up here, I put my little speaker on, I push the little live button there. Well, excuse me, almost pushed finish. I push the live button, and I'm unplugged. So that it's a practice for me. It's a spiritual discipline, but not one that I have to do. Like somebody said, you've got to do that. That's, you see, no. I don't have to do it. Nobody's making me do this. I'm not getting any money for it. I'm not getting any applause. I see a few people there watching, and then you can always come back later and pick it up as recorded, and you can go to my website, killaminotaur.com, and see my talks. But it's I don't even know what to call it. I'm lost for words. But what I'm doing here is that I'm live. Now, just being live without fear of screwing up, without fear of loss of control. See, I have no control here. If I had a script or a teleprompter, then I would have control, but I don't have one. And I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. So I don't have the control of a plan, you see. I did have a title, Dishwasher's Unplugged, and so am I. So what I'm doing here is actually being live, you see. And that is being unplugged. Being alive is being unplugged. So most of us are walking around plugged up. We're all plugged up with fear, control. What will people think? What will people think? I can't be spontaneous. What will people? I might screw up. I might fall down. I might embarrass myself. You see, I got to be in control. Got to have some insurance. Got to have some protection. Can't go nude. Can't be exposed. Can't just do the full Monty. You see, I have to have some kind of control. And so we do, all of us, we give up. Some people are very controlled. Some people just a little bit. But there's always a little bitty piece of crap. In this way, the dishwasher was a little piece of glass that was stuck in the pump. There's always some little thing stuck in the pump that plugs you up. So our whole effort to be alive, our whole effort to be unplugged is to feel being unplugged and say, it's okay, or feel being plugged rather, and say it's okay that I feel plugged up, because if I accept it, it's outgoing. It's not incoming. If I'm okay and I'm curious with the feeling of being plugged up and constrained and contracted, if I accept it and become curious about it, I don't grasp it. I don't resist it. I don't push it away. So the effort, what I'm trying to explain is that the effort to be unplugged, the effort to be free from states of mind, from fear, from contraction, from lack of timing, this unease, this being out of sync, this malaise that is infecting our society, this feeling that we're not on the right path, all of this stuff, you see, is basically an individual matter. It's really your unpluggedness and or pluggedness. It's for you to liberate yourself. It's for you to be unplugged. The world can't do it for you. When it comes to my interior, my personal feeling of being plugged or unplugged, a tech support or a savior or a therapist or something can't do it. I've got to unplug myself, you see. I've got to free myself. And we don't know how to do it because all the instructions we have is through effort. You got to try. You got to resist. You got to repress. You got to analyze. You got to work, you see. So, but the basic truth of finding your timing, of finding your balance, is surrender. Why? Because you're already in balance. The world is already one. The world is already outside and inside as one, you see. But we live in a culture, a civilization, a materialistic civilization, where they've been separated. So we don't feel at home in the world. And we feel a victim of the world, you see. So the inside of the glass feels the victim from the outside. Now that's insane. That's madness, you see. Because the outside, the world, is your friend. But we think, oh, well, friend, well, then it's just going to give me good stuff like Santa Claus. No, that's not what it is. That's not what we're talking about here. By the world being your friend doesn't mean he's just going to give you candy. No. It's like Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump. The world is a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get, you see. But when your cup is the same, when your cup is full, when your cup is the Holy Grail, the inside and the outside as one, you see, then whatever the world gives you is who you are. You're not separate from it. You're not estranged from it. You're not divorced from it. It's you. You are the world and the world is you. So you accept it. And in accepting the world, you accept yourself because you are the world and the world is you. It's very simple. And when you accept yourself, there's no problem. There's no problem with the world when you accept yourself as the world. It doesn't mean you can't do something to fix it. You can get the wash machine fixed. You can get the dishwasher fixed. But at the same time, the dishwasher is a metaphor for your own I am the world is you. Or me, you see. I am the dishwasher is me. Everything. You see, there's two views here. I am the dishwasher is me. But at the same time, I can get it fixed. And I can pay the technician, the guy that came here, $85 that I was going to use for something else. You see? So I have both. I am the dishwasher is me, and I got it fixed. So there's two dimensions going on here. One dimension is I am one with the world is one with me, and I'm okay with the world, and I'm okay with me. And the other one is, well, I can get things fixed. I can do stuff and get it fixed, you see. But we only live in the half of that. We only live in, oh my God, the dishwasher's broken and I got to spend $85 for that. Son of a bitch. You see? So I still get the dishwasher fixed, but I don't get any insight out of it. I don't get any joy out of it. I don't get to do a talk on it. I don't use it for my own evolution. I don't use it for my evolution and my freedom and my liberation. So when you are the world and the world is you, whatever happens to you, you use for your liberation. Like MacGyver, when you're in a fix, you use whatever's given to make a tool to get out of the fix. You use the world to liberate yourself. Whatever the world gives you. Gives you cancer? Ah, great. Use that to liberate yourself. Whatever the world gives you. Don't bitch and complain as a victim. Use it. Creative. It's creative fuel for your liberation. If you use it, and you can't use it if you don't accept it. If you don't accept anything, or just the good stuff, I don't accept the bad stuff, you see, well, you're trapped. You're plugged up. You're going to go through life paying other people to get you unplugged, but you're always going to be plugged up. You see? Because you haven't discovered the source of being plugged up, you see. The source of being plugged up is the way we perceive the world, as the inside being separate from the outside, and it's always against me, and I'm a victim of myself. That's insane. So anyway, thanks for dropping in, and I'll see you in the morning. Who knows what'll pop up, because I'm unplugged. Let me hit